On today's Kidding with Kayla, just say no to your children because sometimes saying yes can hurt the wallet.
We are talking about buying treats for your kids. It's fun to see their faces light up. But what about your mortgage payment? Spoiling kids is more expensive than ever.
That's exactly right, Bob and Barb. Parents today need to learn how to put their foot down and say no. Sources say kids need to learn money doesn't grow on trees. However, research shows more and more moms and dads are giving into things like buying cake pops at Starbucks, candy at the checkout line, and overpriced face paintings at the zoo. I can confirm this mama on a budget would never. Did you already eat your cake pop?
Yes.
What about your candy?
I ate it all.
This is smearing.
It got in my eyeball.
Oh, it got in your eye, oh baby. Look away.
All right, so I'm not very good at saying no to those things, but
It's hard.
It is difficult, and I struggle with the idea that every little thing I do with Alan becomes, a childhood memory, and I don't want him to remember me saying no in moments where he remembers that event. So, like, for instance, I feel like when I think back on my childhood, I think about when my parents took me to Disney on Ice, for example, and I got one of those light-up toys, and, like, they said yes and got me the light-up toy. I still remember that like it was yesterday. So I think in my own mind, I'm thinking, well, I can't say no to something like that because that's one of my core memories. Like, I loved that my parents said yes to those kinds of things. So my strategy, what I like to do is if it's something that I don't think they'll remember, it's not like a specific moment or it's not something that we do together, that I usually will say no. For instance, like candy at the checkout. Like, we're not doing this every time we go to the store. Like, absolutely not. But if it's an event, we only go to the zoo probably like, once every few months, if that. So, like, if you want a face painting at the zoo and then he can grow up and be like, I remember my mom used to always let me get the face painting. I don't know. Maybe I'm weak. I might be weak.
What I do is we'll go somewhere and my kids will be like, oh, can we have like ice cream or cotton candy? And I say no, and then I get me a cotton candy.
Stop. You do not do that.
And then I'll eat the cotton candy in front of them just to remind them that they aren't paying for things. Is that not? That's not the way to do it.
Is that what you want your legacy to be?
Wow. Listen, that may be the best of my legacy. No, we do a lot of that weighing the odds thing too. Like if you go to Disney World, that's a memory in and of itself. Do I really also need to get you the stuffed animal at the gift shop? Things like that where it's like, what are we doing here? I feel like we've already done enough. I also struggle with the idea that I never want my son to think everything he asks for he gets. Sure.
And I don't want him to become spoiled or not appreciate things. So to your point of, we're already at Disney World. I already spent money. I think it's okay to kind of explain to your child, like, this was my budget and this is all we're doing.
Yeah.
Because we are the ones who have to teach them a budget.
And we do a little bit of that too. We'll say you have $25 or whatever, each of you. You can do whatever you want with that money, but once it's gone, it's gone. So if you spend it on day 1, guess what's happening on day 4? Nothing. So, that kind of...
And now their core memory can be how dad taught them how to responsibly spend their money.
Or they'll just spend their money willy-nilly when they grow up because dad never let them buy anything. And then I have to pay for the therapy.
Yes.
Either way, it's costing me money.
But I do feel like companies victimize parents because they'll put those things at events that you already paid an arm and a leg for. Like the cotton candy men walking around, and then every other parent in the area is buying cotton candy, and I'm the one that said no. I don't want to feel that way, so I'm probably going to be more than the ice cream man with the freaking music it's like a siren. Why are you doing that to me?
You can just drive by. Just drive by.
It's going to be so loud. My kid can hear it when he's napping.
Hey, I'm here. Might as well come knock on the door.
Exactly. We're victimized as parents.
That's all right.
And I'm bad at saying no. Well, for more Kidding with Kayla, click the Kidding with Kayla tab on wishtv.com. Chime in on the conversation. Follow me, Kayla Sullivan, on Facebook for more.